Thank you, Amit sir. I believe all of okay. So let me set the agenda for today's webinar. Okay, first of all, thanks to all of you that you have joined on this webinar, and that too on a Sunday, and that too at evening. Okay, so just let me set the agenda. The thing is, like, are you able to hear me, Amit sir? Okay, okay. So the webinar objectives, I'm keeping this this webinar, limited to the scope that I have mentioned over here. Uh, how software, in software testing, how we can take the AI assistance rather than thinking that AI is going to do miracles for us. That ChatGPT, Perplexity will do all the work for us, and then either it be a developer or tester or a business analyst, whoever so is using AI assistance, what would be the limitations for them? And as we focus on AI more, which we call it as artificial intelligence, there is one thing which is very more and much more important, is that we have to first acknowledge the natural intelligence, because this is where from everything sprouts up. AI is also built upon by the natural intelligence. Okay, uh, taking you back to the webinar objectives on what are the things I'll be covering over here. I have a couple of slides built up over here. Most of the candidates I'm seeing over here is that they might be aware of software development lifecycle, software test lifecycle, and the different phases. So keeping our focus on software testing, and how in different phases of software testing we can apply the AI tools over here, and how it helps us to give a very robust level of test cases, test scenarios, how it shortens our work with less efforts. We will be looking out for this particular areas. So to begin with, like, we will be covering how software has impacted our daily life. I believe I need not tell you all these things. You all are aware of, like, right from beginning, from the morning till night, almost all the things that we do, majority of them are impacted by software, by the utilization of software. Here this as I'm keeping the scope specific to software testing, what is the importance of software testing for the people who want to come into this field, and what are the highlighters for them, because when I thought of building this particular PPT or presentation over here, uh, or many of the students or candidates I speak to, they always keep on telling me that, okay, I want to build my career into software testing. I say that, yeah, that's fine, because when I began my career as a software developer, when I joined one of the CMM 5 level companies, Patni, so I was an associate developer at that time. So when they took me in, I later on realized that I had to do everything. Each and every phase was my responsibility, right from business requirements gathering, preparing the high level, low level design docs, writing the unit test cases. Only then I used to start with the coding, along with all the processes that were implemented into that organization over there. Then I had to do all sorts of testing over there: white box testing, black box testing, unit integration, system testing. The deployment responsibility was also mine, and the maintenance responsibility was also mine. So in short, to speak, if any one of you who has joined this particular webinar with the intention that I'll only be a software tester, my professional advice or my professional request to all of you is that, yes, you may focus your majority of the energies on upscaling your software testing skills, but you cannot ignore understanding the requirements, reading the high level, low level design document, because these are the base things on which your skills in software testing are going to really get polished upon. Okay, so further we are going to see that, like, why software testing is necessary for us, what are the opportunities for testers into the industry, what are the responsibilities of a software tester. So when I say what are the responsibilities of a software tester, if you ask me, like, on the industry floor, just a moment. कहाँ पे दिख रहा है? ठीक है. So responsibilities means the day-to-day activities or the responsible activities that each software tester even before going to the interview should be knowing, because this is one of the main important questions that okay, you want to come and join as a software tester. Are you even aware what exactly are the responsibilities of a software tester? So I've just covered one slide into that. Okay, then career in software testing, what are the different roles, designations, how you people as you progress your career year by year, what are the growth opportunities over there. So once this basic stand is set over here, once the basic ground is set over here, I feel then we are comfortable to then jump on how AI fits, what is the role of AI in software testing, and so on and so forth. Okay, and to make things very simple, like for us like we software testers, okay, we know that the software testing life cycle has several phases, and once you go through the course of software testing, this STLC, software development life cycle, software test life cycle, defect life cycle, these are the main things that should be on the fingertips of each and every software tester, may it be a beginner or an intermediate or an experienced level person. So where exactly AI is going to fit into each of these phases or each of these areas. Okay, so I have some simple level prompts which I'll be showing you. So these are some of the phases, like the software test lifecycle phases. We'll be going through each of these phases and where exactly on a very basic level how AI, or prompting rather, I would put it in this way, would help us. So let's move slide by slide and see what exactly it is. Like the first slide, I hope all of you are able to view this. Can any one of you respond, sending a thumbs up?
We can hear.
Great, good. Okay, so as we see, these are the basic things, like I would like to cover up over here, like how software has impacted our daily life. Every one of us knows, right from the first alarm on the mobile which wakes up, UPI payments, Google Maps for travel, online classes, ordering food. Almost each of our areas in our life has been impacted by the use of softwares. Okay, today, importance of software testing. What is the importance of software testing? Software is basically running our life, but basically who is checking the software? So if you ask me, like when I'm in a training and I basically ask them who exactly test the software. Yes, definitely it's the tester's job to test the software. Okay, but if you really ask me, isn't it a developer's responsibility also to check the software? Because when the developer is also writing the code, these people are also debugging. Okay, they are doing white box testing, they are doing the unit testing. Okay, people do integration testing when they are integrating two modules, for example a purchase and an inventory module. Definitely they are also the ones who are doing the testing. Only once they are done with them, they are going to send us the build, and then later on we are going to do the major functional as well as non-functional testing. Here another thing to say, that testing is not optional, it is mandatory for the survival of the business or the application, I would say, rather the software. Okay, it's going to be the last line of defense. Software is going to be the last line of testing is going to be the last line of defense, unless and until approval is given from the software testing team. Now this is my take or my real life experiences in the industry that I have worked. When we say that okay, only development, what I mean to say development is like when the coding is supposed to be one of the major activities in the entire software development life cycle. But trust me, unless and until the testing team gives an approval, okay, that we are okay with the quality of the software that we are going to deliver, that all the bugs fixes have been ironed out, and there we are having a certain level of confidence level into the software, the software is not even going to go to the user acceptance testing team. So our approval is the confidence that we are going to give to the client, okay, that you can go ahead and we start with your user acceptance testing. Okay, so to say, every application, it might be the smallest of the application or very huge application having lot many features, functionalities, small or big, it is going to be needing testing. Okay, The bottom line of testing, when we say, what is our responsibility as a tester, we would say that rather, companies will never release the software because it was just developed. They're going to release it only when it has been tested. All the bugs, defects, okay, which have been found have been fixed by the developers, retested by the testing team, and closed. Okay, when we say that a certain level of quality has been achieved by the testing team, and we are confident to give a go ahead to make that application go live to the client. Okay, these are some of the basic things which I believe most of you who are attending this webinar might be knowing, but just as I thought that for the people who are very new to this particular software testing field, so I have added this particular topic over here. Okay, that why is software testing necessary? Definitely, we know that if we go to the software development lifecycle phase, the first phase being business requirements gathering, the second being the design, in which the high level and low level design documents are prepared, the third being coding, where the actual coding starts, the fourth being testing, okay, and then we go for the deployment, but once all the defects have been fixed. But if you really go to see, testing starts right from the first phase itself, in which business requirements are gathered, because there also testing is done once the document is ready. Okay, static testing is done, verification is done, and as we progress through the next phase in the design, in the development, we see that testing impacts or touches each and every phase of the software development lifecycle. So these three words, I would believe, are the golden rules for a tester, that anything that is wrong, missing, or extra functionality, okay, which is against the business requirement or the client requirement, is a defect for us. Okay, whether it be a document or whether it be a code. Then we will go ahead with why exactly testing is necessary. So these are the basic things, like I believe each one of us know that we basically do testing primarily to see that all the functional defects, non-functional defects have been identified and have been fixed or not, all the requirements that have been given by our end user, the client, the customer, whether they have been fulfilled or not. Okay, so there are some functional defects, there are some non-functional defects, like from a performance point of view. Okay, and we do performance testing, we do stress, volume, security, UI, UX. There are several forms of non-functional testing also which are being carried out by the testing team, just to ensure that all the functional as well as non-functional requirements of the client for that particular software or the application which we are going to deliver it to our client have been fulfilled. Now for testers, some of the candidates ask, like, what are the opportunities that we are going to get in which are the industries. To name a few, I have just put a list of things over here, list of industries or domains over here, like banking domain, health, educational platforms. Nowadays, mobile apps, like you may not find a laptop version or a desktop version of an application. You'll definitely find a mobile version of that particular application. Okay, then there are other domains like enterprise resource planning, customer relationship management, we have insurance. There are many domains. Okay, so when we are talking about in the previous slides, when we are going to do functional testing, now here the topic of this particular webinar is like software testing with AI, with the assistance of AI. One thing I would like to put it very clearly to you is that the questions that you are going to ask to this AI tool, okay, it should be in a proper format. The way you are going to ask and the output that you are expecting, everything has to be relayed over here to that particular tool, which I'll be covering in the later on slides. And I have a sample demo also in which I will be showing you. I believe most of you or maybe all of you might be very much comfortable with ChatGPT or Perplexity. These are the AI tools we normally use day in, day out. Okay, but what is the level of help that we should be taking? It's not that we should be directly writing the prompt, putting all our inputs over there, and whatever has been relayed over there in the form of output should be blindly copy pasted and put during either development or testing. So that is again another word of caution that we have experienced, and we always keep on telling the candidates and the students here at Quastech, when we cover this AI part of development or AI part of testing. Okay, just going ahead, even before you go for an interview, just again, this is an FYI or maybe a tip for people like, sir, okay, we want to we are interested in software testing, but we do not know what exactly are going to be our roles and responsibilities on the floor. What are we supposed to do? So if you ask me responsibilities, what are responsibilities? These are the day-to-day activities that your test manager or the project manager or the other stakeholders who are working with you, they are going to expect out of you. So from a testing perspective, if I keep it limited from a testing perspective here, yes, as a software tester, you are supposed to identify. First of all, you are going to read all the requirements that have been given to the development team, same for the testing team, and taking into consideration the scope for that particular release, which are the business requirements on which the development will be done. For the same requirements, our testing team will be needing to test all those particular requirements, maybe it functional or non-functional. Once we get those requirements, once we understand those requirements, our testing team understands those requirements, we'll have to go ahead with all the other planning activities as to how we are going to conduct our testing within the time, cost, quality, scope, risk, benefits. These are the other parameters that should be taken into consideration, okay, when we are getting into the software test lifecycle phase. So ideally, a responsibility of a software tester would be identifying, understanding the requirements, analyzing those requirements, identifying and writing test scenarios, test cases. Definitely the most important thing over here is the test data, okay, based upon which we say that yes, this is a positive test case or a negative test case. Okay, the data describes, like, if an screen is given to you or if a functionality is given to you, okay, so what are all the happy scenarios or what are the positive scenarios that you are going to put into the that particular screen for all the fields that have been mentioned over there. Okay, and on the other hand, what are all the negative scenarios or the negative input data that you are going to bombard that particular screen with, and at the same time you are going to observe and expect the behavior of that particular, how the screen responds, what are the messages that you are expecting, that if I put such a sort of data, what should be the screen responding with screen responding. So all these things are basically played with the test data. So once your test scenarios, test cases are executed, and once we get the build from the development team, we execute. Okay, here my focus is not on automation. This webinar is mainly focused on manual execution. Okay, we may later on have something, especially a webinar dedicated to automation also, but right now my focus or the scope is limited to the manual execution and how manually I will be implementing the AI tool for the assistance during my software testing activities. So as coming back to this, the responsibility is to execute the manual test cases, identifying the defects, okay, tracking those defects, assigning those defects to the developers. Once the build comes back to us, the stable bit come back to us, we are going to retest, okay, and if it is working fine, we are going to close. So all, in short, if I have to put, the defect life cycle is coming here into the picture. And apart from that, a tester has to perform the regression test cases. This is one of the very important area that every tester or every candidate who is going for an interview should be knowing, okay, along with the examples. Now this is the area or the soft skill that we say that it is highly ignored. The major focus of today's candidates, what I am seeing, like when I used to interview majority of the candidates, the major focus was when these candidates came for the interview was the preparation of some of the topics of development or testing, depending upon what type of interviews I used to take. Okay, but one most important thing over here is communication. What I'm talking about is not English communication. Okay, it is not about how fluently you communicate in English or anything like that. It is, this communication is between the team. Like if I am getting a defect, okay, if I am in a doubt whether it is a defect or not, okay, if the requirements are unclear, okay, how quickly I communicate with my business analyst and get my things clarified from that particular person, the business analyst. If I'm not able to understand the design document, be it a developer or a tester, okay, how do I get all these things resolved till I get clarity? Because either development or testing, just know one thing, should not be done on assumptions. It should be absolutely black or white. It should be something like either it is a yes or a no, and that way we would say that we can go ahead and reach the quality that is desired. If you are working under assumptions that okay, maybe the requirement is something like this and let me go ahead and write a scenario, no, please do not work under assumptions. Okay, it would basically down the line lead to disaster, because if you are not clear about anything into the industry, the first thumb rule is do not even start with that work. If you are not clear with the business requirements, specifications, if you are not clear with the designs which are given to you, if you are not clear of what exactly needs to be done, either partially or completely, this thing should be escalated, getting resolved, and then only going ahead you should be starting with your work. So communication is one of the most important thing. Now let me give you a very simple example. Like you as a tester got a defect, you found a defect, okay, and you just assigned this defect, and finally when they opened the defect during the calls, and they were doing the defect scrub call, and they found that okay, if this is a defect, your development team says that no, it's not a defect, okay, maybe your understanding is not correct, okay, and that leads a mess. Now this is a real life scenario that I'm telling you, okay. So once you get a defect, your defect report should be very clear based upon like what were your expected results, what are the actual results that you are getting, your screenshots, all these things. See, maybe like what I am saying, it might sound very simple for you, but these are the most important things. Like whenever you are communicating a defect to the developer, the best information you give with all the steps, with all the input data, and where exactly on how the defect is occurring. I think this is one of the most important art of communicating your data, or it is basically the skill of the tester in which that person can communicate the entire information to the developer, so that that person can also understand it very quickly and may come to know like which exactly is the program that they need to go ahead and fix that particular problem. Okay, further ahead, defect reporting is one of the most important responsibility of the software tester. Thinking from a end user's perspective, not from a perspective only of a tester, but how would the end user in this particular scenario use this particular functionality, what all thought processes might that person having. So you as a tester should be thinking and working on this particular areas. I mean these are the responsibilities of a software tester. Now coming to career in software testing, here what I have highlighted are some of the job titles that are used in the software testing industry, in the companies you may go for. Okay, again it may vary from company to company or from projects to projects, okay, but normally we have these job titles where we have associate software tester, who's something like a beginner or a junior software tester. Then we have a QA analyst, quality assurance analyst. Okay, as you proceed ahead with a number of years of experience, okay, you get promotions and you get promoted to senior QA engineer, then to a QA lead, okay, wherein you will be managing the entire software testing team, the manual team, automation team, performance testing team. All these things will be reporting to you. And finally, a couple of years of experience and good exposure, you will be going ahead for this particular designation of a test manager, test director. Now one thing to note over here, as I have already said to you, is that not necessarily that this is the exact hierarchy in which every company will have their own hierarchies over there based upon what the structure is. These are some of the specialized testing careers. Like you can have you are specialized in automation testing, performance testing using this particular tools, JMeter, load runner, which have been mentioned over here. uh, your expertise as a security tester, or API application programming interface tester, or especially integration tester. Nowadays we have special pool of people. They might not be really knowing much about functional testing or non-functional testing, but they might be knowing much about UI UX. So they are very good experts into all those things, and they are specifically given the job of testing the UI UX of the entire web application software which is developed by the developers. Okay, then we have this again, mobile application test specialist who will be doing all the testing on the mobile apps, okay, that are installed. Now coming to our main thing. Now I was just setting the basic background for the people who are not aware of what exactly testing is, what the roles and responsibilities are. Here we are going to just see on a very basic level, like how AI fits into a tester skill sets. Okay, the first thing all of us need to know is that AI is not here to replace testers. That is the first primary thing. AI is here just to help the tester understand. Okay, the previous slides that I had showed you, like the software test life cycle, which is having several phases into it, and what are the activities conducted into each of these phases. So how AI can help us on each of the phases, that we'll be looking later down the line after the slides. But AI is basically, you can take the help of AI. Okay, you cannot totally replace a tester and just use one person who is knowing AI and he or she is going to do the entire testing. Okay, AI can just help you, based upon what inputs you are giving to the AI, what precise inputs with all the points, your expected outcome, all those things when you are mentioning to the AI. It depends upon what AI exactly is going to give to you. Like even if you are using Perplexity or ChatGPT, there is a line mentioned at the bottom of it. Getting me? They do not say that whatever we are giving you is 100% correct. Okay, so we as testers, we as developers, we as business analysts, okay, we need to know exactly, like how to make the best use of AI, and when the output is given by the AI, how much of it to utilize. Okay, just because AI is giving you loads and loads of data, that does not mean you are going to take everything and start testing or developing what has been given to you. There should be a threshold of what exactly is beneficial to you out of that entire output that is given or responded back by the AI, and you should be using that. Okay, but yes, AI is here to help you on understanding the requirements. For example, if you have written test scenarios and test cases on your own end, and if you put this particular inputs, you give it to the AI that these are the things that I have written, like are there any additional scenarios or test steps or cases which I have missed that you can tell me. So definitely some additional things that can be given to you which have been bypassed to you or which have been missed from you. One of my favorite is over here is the test data creation. Okay, what I personally believe over here is majority of the defects, especially in a data centric application where you have to select a lot of things from the drop downs, or you have to enter the fields in the text boxes and radio buttons, this and that. Okay, in a huge data centric application, okay, I think AI is a real supporter or a lifesaver over here, because I have a master prompt which I have specifically designed just for a demonstration purpose on a very sample basis, I would say, or a very beginner's level, how you can use that particular prompt. And it's sort of a template prompt. You can just make the changes to that particular fields or field names over there, and that same prompt can be reused for any other ERP applications also. Okay, so test data is one of the main thing, okay, uh, from which we are able to get the type of data that we input into the application, and the expected behavior of that particular screen or report, what it is showing, the expected, what I mean to say is the expected result versus the actual result, what is being thrown back to you as a response. Okay, so I believe data is one of the primary areas that all of you people should be focusing on. Majority of the defects are found by what sort of data you are putting it, and from a developer's perspective, from a programmer's perspective, what all validations that person has taken into consideration. So when I say validations, those are not only technical validations, those are business rules also, that person which are written into the business requirements specifications and the high level, low level design documents. So all the functional or the business validations, as well as the technical validations. So when I say whether it should be a string or an integer or a boolean or what sort of so test data is one of the major thing that you should be focusing your skills on, like to get find the majority of the defects. Then later on we'll be seeing, like, if I want to improve my test documentation and defect reporting skills also, yes, definitely AI can help you to prepare some robust reports over there based upon the inputs you are going to give. So yeah, definitely it's going to save you time and give you an additional edge on how you can make the best use of AI, not just taking everything out of it, but only those important points which you really feel that will help add quality to your software. Okay, here some of the quotes which I really like to have put over here is, thinking is still human. That means, okay, you as a tester, you as a human being, you are more important. AI is just your assistant over there. Okay, AI is just to support it, it cannot be your substitute. I have seen many candidates or students, when we give them some assignments, they blindly put those questions over there into that Perplexity or ChatGPT, and they submit the assignments. Yes sir, this is the answer. So when we tell them, okay, you explain me this, what exactly is step by step, what exactly is this response, they're not able to do that. So so to say, in a short, moral of the story is that thinking is still human. We as software testers, we have to start with thinking about the business requirements, the analytics part and all, and the additional help that we require, definitely we should go ahead, and AI is there to support us. Okay, it is not a substitute or an alternative to what are the testing. Because let me be very clear, if by chance even you are using a ChatGPT or Perplexity or any other tools, okay, you are a tester, you're working in your organization, and you have written a scenario or a test case which entire content has been given by ChatGPT, and you did your testing, and in spite of that UAT finds a defect over there. Okay, user acceptance, the client people find a defect over there. Now who is to be blamed over there? The question comes. Okay, your test manager or your test lead, when this defect slippage, when the defect has slipped to the UAT, people are not going to tell that, okay, we are going to go ahead and punish ChatGPT, or who is responsible for this defect. ChatGPT is, are you going to say that ChatGPT is going to be responsible, or that AI tool is responsible for the defect slippage? So the maximum thinking should be yours, and assistance definitely can be taken by the AI tool over here. Okay, do not try to replace the entire thing, be sitting numb thinking nothing, and ChatGPT doing or Perplexity doing everything for us. Okay, what AI does not replace, AI cannot replace human judgment. This is one of the most important things. AI cannot replace human judgment. For example, I am testing a web application, and I'm a UI UX tester, and I say that, how do you feel this application, Prashant? How do you feel the look and feel? You can't ask ChatGPT or Perplexity how do you feel. I don't know what response it is going to give back to us. So it's the human judgment. The color combination, the font size, or anything. Okay, your reviews are still going to be your reviews. Okay, the stars that are given to you, that okay, please put your review over here. So it's not basically that humans will be replaced. Okay, the human feelings or the human judgment cannot be replaced. So again, so as to say, for me, upscale your skills, from that particular perspective, that okay, don't be on a don't get into that mode. Yes, AI is going to do everything for me, and I'm just going to do the copy pasting, and that's it, done. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, now for basic business understanding also, for example, if you are working on some insurance application, you want to know some insurance workflow, obviously, uh, most of the companies have the trainings and all, but I have seen companies where they don't have documentation, or that trainings given. They directly make you sit on the application. They have very little or brief documentation. But yes, uh, if you want to know something about that particular domain, or say how claims reimbursements are done, for example, I'm talking about insurance application. Okay, or how funds transfer are basically done, what are the smallest of the things that I need to understand from this particular perspective. Okay, what are the prerequisites? For example, for a prerequisite for a fund transfer is that, okay, that you need to have a beneficiary. Unless and until you have a beneficiary, how even are you going to do the fund transfer? Okay, so to get this particular business understanding, yes, definitely you can chat like a friend with the AI, that I am into this particular position, this is my intent, this is what the inputs that I'm trying to give to you, and this is the output that I'm expecting out of you. Definitely you will get a lot of things. So AI is not only about getting the code out of it, or getting the scenarios or test cases. I would rather say that if you want to upscale your knowledge, leaving aside testing, but if you want to upscale your knowledge, even from a functional standpoint, something basics of banking, basics of insurance, okay, basics of customer relationship management, CRM, these are the different domains, basics of ERP. Yes, I believe AI can be your best friend. Okay, but then you have to tell at what position, whether you are a beginner or an intermediate, at an intermediate level, and what sort of inputs you are requiring from that AI tool that you are going to use. So business understanding, definitely this can be developed, okay, with the help or assistance of AI. Then we have the exploratory thinking, where we do the exploratory testing. Okay, I won't be going now deep details into what sort of testing that it does and all those things. Definitely you can go ahead. I believe most of the students who have joined over here, they might already be aware. Okay, but here, yes, as I said, AI does not replace responsibility and accountability. Okay, if any defects by any chance, you are totally relying only and only on this AI tools, you are not using your own logical skills, your analytical skills. As a tester, I would rather say that experience taught only one thing, that you need to be a deep thinker. You need to think about the worst case scenarios that a user can do with that particular screen, or that particular template, or that particular software, and how that software should respond. Okay, all the business workflows, everything should be taken into consideration. So yes, definitely AI, if you put all these inputs to AI can help you to one particular level. But again, the thumb rule is, nobody is going to tell you that, okay, that your defect has slipped from the testing team to the UAT team to the production. Okay, we testers are going to be responsible. Okay, we can't point our fingers that, okay, ChatGPT is responsible and Perplexity is responsible. Okay, just to be on a very lighter note, if I have to say this, yes, you have to keep on developing your analytical skills as well. Okay, just note that, again, this is a very good code. AI can only assist testers, it is not going to replace testers. Because I think a couple of months back, or almost since from 1.5 year, I have been seeing that people are getting very much afraid that AI is coming and our jobs are going. No, AI jobs, I believe this is going to be a very, very golden opportunity for you people. Upscale your skills on one or two AI tools. Try to learn as to how to best use these AI tools, and up to what extent rely on this particular AI tools, I believe this is going to give you a cutting edge, or this is going to really upscale your skills, and definitely your productivity and efficiency is going to increase like anything. I can show you that. I have some very basic examples written down over here. Okay, so again, as I said, AI is only like a smart assistant sitting next to you, but still the responsibility is going to go to be of a tester. Okay, functional testing, I'm just going to skip this slide. I don't want to focus more on this functionalities and all those things. I believe I spoke much about functional and non-functional testing. Just to those folks who are joined on this webinar who don't know anything about testing, sir ये क्या बात कर रहे हैं functional testing, non-functional testing, to put it in a very layman language, if you go on any of the application या कोई भी सॉफ्टवेयर पे आप जाते हो, Amazon हो, Flipkart हो, Myntra, IRCTC, okay, Make My Trip, whatever features you are seeing over there, right from registration, login, okay, searching for a product, adding it to a cart, checking out of that particular cart, and doing the payments and confirming the product. These are the small functionalities. So anything related to this particular modules or functions or features is called as functional testing. Okay, so there are these are some of the examples of functionalities which I believe most of us day in and day out do this. Okay, so me need not again go ahead and explain you all these things over here. Software testing life cycle. Now here comes my major focus, since we are talking about how AI can assist us in software testing. So for us, software testing lifecycle is basically our bread and butter. Okay, so we must be knowing that test planning and control, test analysis and design. For the people, some of the people who don't know anything about the testing are still on the webinar. This might be some very alien words or phases. Okay, nothing to bother about that. For the time being, you can just focus. But for those people for whom this HTLC phases and everything has been done, in the batches. So I would like to especially highlight, like in each of this HTLC phases, how you can make best use of the AI tool. For example, let us take into accountability ChatGPT over here, like how I can make the best use of ChatGPT or Perplexity over here and get the best output out of here. Again, as I said, not the entire copying pasting, but only those things which are good, critical, productive and effective for my testing. Okay, so here we are seeing that there are around 5 phases which are there in the software testing life cycle, right from planning and control, analysis and design, implementation and execution, okay, evaluating exit criteria, reporting and test closure. So every phase follows. After one phase has been completed, the second phase starts. After the second phase starts, third starts, one is completed. Here one more important thing to realize is that the control phase is not only the first phase. Planning is definitely, but the control needs to be there in every phase. If something is going wrong in analysis and design phase, definitely actions needs to be taken to control those particular activities, okay, to bring the things on track. Again, in implementation and during execution, if our things are going out of control, okay, actions need to be taken. Okay, so let me go ahead with this particular thing. Okay, I hope all of you are able to view my screen. Can any one of you please respond? So now test planning and control. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just open up one of the tabs over here. Let me go to ChatGPT, which is one of my AI tool. Okay, and let me come back here. Okay, now understanding the testing scope. Now in test planning and control, I have these 3 sample prompts. Now if we have this for test planning and control. Now this is just for an understanding. I'm not trying to teach you anything or not trying to make any experts out of you. I'm just trying to give you a gist of things, like how you can basically make the best use of ChatGPT in the test planning and control phase, how you can make So these are some of the sample prompts which I have put it over here, and we are just going to take these prompts and run it out in ChatGPT, and then see what output the ChatGPT gives, and based upon that output, what are the things we can take and put it into our documents or in our day-to-day activities that we are doing into the testing. Okay, now for example, if I take this prompt over here that I'm trying to understand the testing scope. Okay, so here is a prompt which says that I'm testing an online shopping application. List what features should be included and excluded in the manual testing scope. Here I'm very specific. I'm writing that it is manual testing and automation should not be included over there. Okay, so when I go over here, I just paste it over here. Okay, now every one of you must have, maybe hundreds or thousands of times must have used ChatGPT. All of you, this is not a ChatGPT training program. Okay, but here we are seeing that the output that the ChatGPT has given based upon the prompt that I have given over here, I'm telling it that I am testing, okay, an online shopping application. List the features should be included. Now just based upon this, if it would have been a developer and that person would have written, I am a developer coder, okay, and I'm developing an online shopping application, list what features, ChatGPT would have responded in that way. Okay, now this is a very dry, I would say very dry prompt that I'm giving, very limited. Okay, but still ChatGPT takes all those parameters in the point of keywords from us and gives us a lot of information over here. Okay, it is saying that yes, features to include in the manual testing scope is this. Okay, so ChatGPT, what it has done, okay, it has gone and fetched all this data referring upon the keywords that we have given over here, and it is giving us back a particular output. Now based upon the different headings, like from a user management point of view, what should be done, from a product catalog view, what should be done, from a shopping cart point of view, what should be done. Okay, now this is really enhancing our productivity and efficiency. Okay, but that does not mean that we are going to just directly copy paste and hand it over. Okay, chalo mera kaam ho gaya, this has been done. Okay, you should be actually looking into, are there any other features that have been missed, are not put over here, which you can still include, okay, in any of the requirements. So to say is that let me go over here. Okay, here I am giving that it should be from purely a manual testing scope and not from an automation testing scope. Now if I would have written from an automation testing scope, okay, it would have given me the output from that end as well. Okay, now one thing that we saw, test planning and control. Now these are one of the control activities. Now if you really look into this particular phase of SDLC, now whenever you are going to write a test plan, okay, when that a test lead, a senior test lead or test manager who is writing the test plan, okay, now they want they want to prepare a test plan, and accordingly they want to get some inputs. Previously, during my time, many years back, almost 15 years back, when we used to write a test plan, we used to refer to the previous test plans that were written and the templates that were there. Okay, currently if I want to write a test plan now, okay, on the go, okay, I can quickly have a particular prompt over here, like test planning and test control help that has been written over here. I can simply have this prompt. Again, this is a very raw prompt, I have not fine-tuned it. Okay, this is just an FY, or this is just for your reference purpose, that how we can make the best use. Now create a simple test plan outline for manual testing. We are giving the specifics for it. If it is an e-commerce application, if it's an insurance application, if it's a banking application, this is a very, very raw prompt that I'm given to in. Again, as I said, it is just for demonstration purpose over here. Okay, so here we are seeing, okay, now people who are attending Quastech course, we teach over here that we have this IEEE 829 template test plan. Now definitely taking on the inputs from here is definitely going to help me save my efforts in writing my test plan. Okay, but in addition to things that are not mentioned over here, definitely as a manual tester or as a manual thinker, I have to put on those points which are not present over here. So that is another important point which has to be taken into consideration over here. Okay, so again, I have several prompts written over here for test planning and control. Here we have, say, for test analysis and design. Okay, a simple prompt, if I want to write, like for example, analysis and design, if I am writing a manual test case for a UPI money transfer feature with real life scenarios. Now let us see how ChatGPT responds to this particular prompt that we are mentioning over here, and then we can take the inputs and highlight some of the things for the test case that we have written over there. Okay, now here we see that UPI money transfer manual test cases. Okay, so one thing over here, it is talking about a successful money transfer, so one thing to note over here, I believe every one of us knows to give an instruction to ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT is definitely going to respond back to you. Okay, but don't be in a hurry. Okay, what I would rather say, or the best professional tip that I will give to you is, okay, go and observe the entire content that is given back by ChatGPT or Perplexity or any other tool. Okay, and see what is really making sense out of it. If it is really making sense out of it, then definitely take that and you can use it, or you can add it to scale up your test cases that you have written. Also, you can write your own test cases first, and then you can copy paste those contents to ChatGPT or Perplexity, and then tell that these are the things, this is the scenario, these are the things, and these are the inputs that I have written. Can you go through it and review and come back with what are the points that I have missed, or something that is wrong, or something that is not needed in this particular test case that I have written. That definitely that output is going to be a very good shining output, not just getting everything from here and copying and pasting. No, that doesn't work. Okay, let me take you to one of my most favorite test implementation and execution phase. Okay, here this is one of the most simple, like create a valid and invalid test data. But see, during my experiences, okay, everyone will have their own experiences, everyone will be having their own set of thought process. For my thought process, I would say that implementation and execution was one of my favorite phase over here, that you want to crack an application to find defects out of it, especially for a data centric application, and these are the business requirements. That means based upon the data that you are going to structure, okay, to hammer that particular application with all the input data, whether it be positive data, negative data, neutral data, blank data, whatever comes to your mind. Okay, data is going to be one of the most important things which will decide whether that application, the response of the application, whether it is working fine or not. Okay, now let us consider, I believe for the people who are comfortable or have a basic awareness of test design techniques. Okay, so we have the equivalence class partitioning, the boundary value analysis, decision table, state transition. We have so many. Okay, but here, for example, I write a prompt over here that that I want to have that let us have a look at this particular example. Let me just magnify this. Consider a dialog box. Now this is which phase? Implementation and execution. And here, as a tester, okay, what I want is, there is a situation over here, there's a scenario or a test case over here. As per the business rule, it states that this is a very, very simple example, but how using an AI tool I can get or derive the best output, which will really ensure that entire coverage has been done. Okay, that I have done the entire coverage or testing out of it. Okay, so let us take this particular example. Consider a dialog box where a user has to upload a photo. Now the business rule is, the system rules are only JPEG images image format is allowed. For example, that photo that you have taken and you want to upload your profile photo, it should be of a JPEG image. That is what the first business rule is. Second is that the file size must be less than or equal to 32 kilobytes. And third is the image resolution must be, say example, 137 by 177 pixel. Okay. Now as a tester, we know that here we are going to use a technique which is called as a decision table, so that I ensure that all these three business rules, if any one or two or three or all, either are fulfilled or not fulfilled. So I want to get these combinations out of this particular business scenario over here. Okay, so how does my AI tool helps me in quickly giving me the best output over here? So I'm just going to copy this particular thing and put it into my prompt window over here. Okay, and let's say execute this particular thing. Let's just check if everything is okay over here. Okay, and let's see, enter over here. Now this is the beauty of what this particular AI tool is going to give back to you. So I had given this particular AI tool ChatGPT a set of combinations. So it has already taken into consideration that, okay, this is rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, and these are the conditions. Outcome is either to accept or reject it. And what beautiful thing that it has done based upon my input. See, as I said, AI tool cannot totally replace a human being. That is because I have given the input that please give me in the form of a decision table over here. So here it has come up with different combinations. For example, all are yes, 2 are yes, 1 is no, so on and so forth. In that case, what I should be doing? Don't you think this is one of the most beautiful example where the tester can just take this particular output from here and test that particular combination now, or the scenario or the test case now, using all those conditions over here which has been given by the AI tool over here. Okay, so this way your basic level prompts, this currently in this webinar I'm just focusing on the basic level prompts over here. How you should be interacting with your AI tool and how you should be getting the information out of it, and out of that what all information is of use to you or is not of use to you. Getting me? So this way we see that, okay, I need not have to execute each and every prompt over here. Okay, so for evaluating and exit criteria reporting, now if you want to prepare a test summary report, for example, you tell your AI tool that I want to prepare a test summary. I have done with my, as a tester, I have done executed my test cases and now prepare a test summary report for a this is one of the application, like say the domain is online shopping cart, or it can be an insurance application or anything. You have to give some specific instructions to it, and based upon that, okay, and you have to mention it very clearly to it that I want a test summary report. It is going to be a summary report and not a detailed report. So based upon this particular things, the inputs that you have provided, that AI tool is going to respond back to you. So using the AI tool is not only the important thing, okay, that you give any instruction and it's going to AI tool is not going to perform any miracles for you. It's going to just fetch the data which is lying over there. It's going to use those large language models or whatever technology has been harnessed in developing all those AI tools, and it's just going to pull that data, and based upon the specific words that it is going to read from your prompts, it's going to give that particular output in the same way. Okay, coming back to, again, we have the last, in which the test closure report. Now this is one of the most important phases we used to have in my previous organizations. Okay, our testing was not only done when all the defects were fixed, regression testing has been done and all. Testing was marked totally completely done only when our test closure report, okay, was submitted to our project manager, and one copy of it was submitted to the user acceptance team, that from our end our testing has been completed. This is the summary of the entire testing activities that we have conducted, and these are all the metrics, not matrix, I'm talking about metrics, measurements, like how many defects were found, how many of them were fixed, closed, how many of them were severity 1, 2, 3, everything. Okay, and as of now 0 defects are open and it's a stable build for us. So the UAT, we are giving a green flag that they can start with their UAT testing. Okay, so these are some of the things that you don't have to write a test closure report right from the scratch. You can really get the, just put a prompt over here, and then definitely you can put your icing on the top of the cake. Basically, you can put your inputs over there. Okay, another important thing is that lessons learned. Now these are some of the most important things. Here are the industry terminologies that I am using, which are missed by many of the organizations. Like, it's like, okay, the development is done, testing is done, we are done with our application, we are giving the deployment to our client, and our work is done, the project is closed. No, the project is not closed, actually speaking. Okay, for that particular project team, what all lessons they have learned in this particular release or in this particular deployment, the development of that entire release, that is 100% must. Because why? Many of the things we did right, or many of the things we did not do right, or could have been done in a different way, in a more productive way. So this is a time when the team gathers, the entire project team gathers, and they put their opinions and views that, if test data would have been prepared in this way, the UAT would not have got our the defect slippage would not have gone. So again, this prompt helps in finding out list the lessons learned in manual testing for an online. Now this is something specific that I know I am referring, that it is for an online banking application, and that it is specifically during manual testing, not during automation. And I'm specifically telling that you list me the lessons learned. Okay, so these are some of the things that that in each and every phase, what are the ways and means in which you can make the best use of the prompts. Okay, now let me quickly go through. I don't think I okay let me give you a final example, okay, which I really felt excited about. Is this is I hope all of you are able to view my screen. I believe this is one of just last night I thought about something, and I thought that, okay, this is something additional, I can give it to you. For the people, most of them might be knowing, but most of them might not have been knowing. And what I have been talking since past maybe an hour or so, it reflects what exactly just using AI, okay, is not important. How to use AI, how to make the best use of AI. So there are some core principles. Even if you are aware of these principles, and if you put your prompts in that way, okay, definitely AI is going to respond back to you in that particular fashion. Okay, so if you are going to be very specific and you're telling AI that these are the specific set of instructions, this is what am I looking out for, and this is what I am, you're going to tell your role. So you're giving an entire foundation to that particular AI tool, that it is taking all the parameters that you are giving it to it, and then definitely it is going to get the data or fetch the data on the parameters that you have given to it, and based upon that it's going to give a very productive and effective output. So I just before I wind up this particular webinar, I just wanted to show you this particular example over here. Now say one of the application over here that I am having is, say we are having a front accounting application that we teach over here. Okay, and let me open a new tab. Okay, I hope all of you are able to view the screen. Yes, can any one of you please respond?
Sure.
Okay, I hope you are able to see the sales module over here. Now for example, tomorrow you have joined a company and you are giving a particular application. Let us assume this, you are given this particular application over here. It's an enterprise resource planning application, ERP application, which is an open source. You can go to the demo site also, you can just go through it. Now here is how do you practice the prompting over here, like how do you really uh, talk to a AI like a friend, tell specific instructions. Okay, now for example, here is a sales quotation entry screen. Okay, on the sales quotation entry screen, if you see, now this is a sales quotation entry screen, and I'm seeing that there are several fields. It is a very data centric application. Now in one of the business requirements, it is mentioned that the new sales quotation entry should be able to validate all the data that is put into each of these fields, and the user should be able to successfully insert a quotation, and a newly generated number should be created, so on and so forth. Okay, now if you really take a just a look at this particular screen, what is going to happen is, you are saying there are several other things, but guys, one important thing over here is, I hope all of you know that there is a high level design document and a low level design document over, okay, which is being prepared, and your business analyst, based for this particular screen, has put up some business rules over there, that if I am selecting a customer, okay, from here, and if I am selecting this type of payment over from here, and the quotation date should be this, okay, whether it is a current date, it should not be a past date, it should not be out of the fiscal year, all those conditions, validations, business rules. Okay, then if I'm adding item over here, for example, if I'm taking an iPhone over here and I'm just say putting add item, and then again what I'm doing is, again I'm taking that iPhone cover case over here, and I'm just say again please add this item, then again here it is showing me that you have been warned, all these things. So there are some business rules over here. Now what I want to do is, I want for this particular testing, this particular screen, I want to write some business scenarios. See, there is one more field over here, it is saying valid until, that means this this quotation should be valid only until 2026. Getting me? That means till January only, 1 month is given for this quotation to be valid, taking into consideration the quotation date which is selected over here. Now, so we are understanding as a tester, if I put myself as a layman tester, and I'm trying to understand this particular screen over here, the business requirements over here, and I am given a task of preparing test scenarios for this particular screen over here. So there are so many combinations over here. Okay, we have to add items, we have to select date, we have to select the payment price, so on and so forth. So people also tend to get confused that what all things I'll have to write, and there are 100% chances that I may skip some of the critical scenarios. And now if you skip critical scenarios, definitely no test cases are going to be written for that. If no test cases are going to be written for that, there is not going to be any execution done by any of the tester. If execution is not going to be done, then God forbid, if that particular functionality is not tested and it had some defect, so that defect is going to slip to UAT. That means you have missed that particular scenario, based upon which you have missed that test case, based upon which that defect has slipped to the UAT, what we called as defect slippage. Now if we have this particular application over here, and now if I move to say the example, let me take, okay, now this is just a sample prompt I have written over here. Okay, now I'll just walk you quickly through this prompt. I'll just highlight it more. I'm telling AI, look, okay, for writing prompts. Now you can have your own style of writing. I'm not saying that this is the thumb rule for writing each and everything. You can have your own, but these are sort of guidelines which I really felt that software testing with AI, which is with AI assistance. So we should not be under the impression that whatever I give inputs to the AI is going to be the best. The best input AI will only give when you are giving the best input to AI. Not until then. If you are going to give the best input, then only the AI is going to work on that particular thing, take into consideration what all parameters you have given, and based upon that, it is going to give you back the response. Okay, so here I am telling the AI that I am a senior software engineer, test engineer with a strong domain knowledge or a domain knowledge of ERP system. Second, in my, now this is the entire prompt that, you know, whatever I am showing you on the screen, this is the entire prompt. This is the big prompt. So you can write it into a notepad first. So this is the structure of a prompt. Okay, it need not be so huge. Just you know, for your sake, I have just taken it into you. I'll be walking you through quickly within 2 minutes. So here you need to tell the prompt the application details. Now again, if you know that the application is still into you can just tell that this application is either a ERP software or an insurance software or a banking software or anything. If you don't have a name for that application still now, that's absolutely fine. Then you need to tell that what exactly is that module, whether it is a sales, whether it's a purchase, whether it's inventory, whether it's a ledger, okay, setup or anything. Thirdly, you are going to tell that screen what is the name of that particular screen. Okay, what are the critical fields which are displayed on the screen. You cannot give each and every field from here and, you know, expect that AI is going to do miracle for us. That is where we say that, you know, human minds are still the best you know, testing minds over here. That is what we are going to give the AI tool. We are going to give this input to them. So here I have selected, say for me, customer name, reference number, which is critical, payment type is critical, quotation date and quotation valid until, and this particular item code, item price. These are the fields that are critical for me, that which I am giving to the AI, okay, as an input. These things over here, okay, the quotation date over here, the reference which is generated, auto generated over here. Okay, so this I am giving to the AI prompt. Okay, then I am telling them it a task. That task generate a comprehensive and well structured list of test scenarios for the above screen, which has all these fields. So see the level of instruction you are giving. Okay, and then I am telling what exactly I am expecting from that AI tool. So you are telling that give me positive scenarios, give me negative test scenarios, give me boundary value scenarios, give me field value. Okay, just a minute. So here you are giving specific level instructions. Now here I have given so many, need not you give so many at a time over here. Whatever is important for you, positive, negative, boundary, field level or business rule validation, that much is more than enough. So I have given some additional over here. Again, I am telling my AI tool over here that when you are going to give me your output, please organize this test scenario section wise based upon the screen fields and functionality. Then I'm telling you clearly separate the positive scenarios from the negative, from the boundary. Each one should be different over here. I don't want the same over here. It should not be mixed up. Okay. I am giving clear instructions that please use clear, professional, real world testing language. Okay. Software testing language. And then I'm directly telling write the test scenarios. I do not want step-by-step test cases. This is another thing I am telling. So these are the instructions that, you know, the output expectations I'm giving, and ensure the output is suitable for software tester in real life project. In addition to this, I am specifically telling, see, I believe some of you who have joined over here for this webinar, who are already software testing candidates, you might be knowing what is implicit and explicit requirements. This is one of the best, that I'm explicitly mentioning. I do not want this and I want this. Okay, so do not provide me automation code. Do not focus only on manual testing cases, so on and so forth. Okay, now if you look at this particular prompt, you need not have so much here, but over a period of time it will become a habit, and this habit of yours is really going to help up to be very friendly and get the best productive output from any AI tool you are going to be, because this is not my rule. It is one of the best rules that AI tools, the people who have made the AI tools, they are telling us that these are the 4-5 core principles. So here, just to give you a small idea about here, see what I have done is I am acting as a software tester. That means I have given this particular role definition to that AI tool. ChatGPT, I'm going to tell that this is my role. Okay, then this is going to force the AI to think that you are sort of a expert over here, not a total expert, but a normal expert into testing. And you are specifically, it will force it to see that you are not a generic assistant, you are a little bit of expert. Okay, then you are giving a clear system context name. You are telling it that this is the application name, module name, exact screen, the fields and all. Okay, all this. So what is going to help AI to decide? You are actually removing the ambiguity. Okay, unclear things. You are giving very clear things, and this prevents generic answers from, okay, and prevents the generic answers from the AI tool. Third, you are explicitly giving your requirements that I want positive scenarios, I want negative scenarios, I need boundary value analysis, boundary values scenarios, I want business rules to be included, okay, for each of these calculations to be performed. Then fourth rule is like what output structure you are expecting. So you are telling that I am asking for section wise organization, professional testing language, and I want scenarios, I do not want test cases. And the last one is scope control. Here I am telling me please stick to manual and not to automation. That means you are completely removing automation out of the scope, and you are telling, so there are no distractions. Once you are putting all these inputs into your AI tool, it's going to give you the output basically. So let's check this simple, let us check this, how effective these 5 rules are. If we put the prompt in such a way, just a moment. Okay, so just let's check this. Just putting into our okay, so we have this entire thing over here, and just we are now executing this particular prompt over here, taking into consideration the principle. So it's definitely it's going to see, it's taking some time, a couple of seconds over there, and then it's going to give you the scenarios for that particular based upon the inputs. And now you are going to get the scenarios based upon the inputs that you are specifically given to the AI tool over here. Okay, you have asked for the functionalities name you had given. So you have also asked for positive scenarios, negative scenarios, boundary value analysis. Then you have the reference number field. So this is really like it is giving you the output based upon what all inputs you have given, and then based upon the output that you can just select like what all things are really useful to you. You need not again copy paste the each and entire thing over here. You have to see like what exactly was more helpful to you and how you can get these scenarios, and based upon these scenarios you can further go ahead and start writing your test cases. Same you can use the particular AI tool for preparation of data based upon what are the different business validations, or if I am highlighting the application over here, if I'm displaying the application over here, for each of this particular, for duplicate, for a positive, negative, price, quantity, each and everything. So you can give all those instructions in one particular set, and based upon the output, your definitely your AI is going to respond back. Okay, and I believe these are the things I really wanted to highlight. When we said when we started with the webinar over here, that how AI can neither replace you, as a tester, but yes, definitely human thinking is a must over here, and how to make the best use of AI. Using your prompting skills. So you need to upgrade your prompting skills also on based upon a couple of examples that I showed. Okay, so apart from this, I believe I'm done with this. I'm just sort of wishing you best of luck for your bright and excellent career. If you have any simple questions, just let me know. Okay, from my end, I believe I am done. So any one of you have any questions, so please let me know.
Hello, friends. First, before we ending the session, right? I'm just like to tell you all of you, please ask some question to sir because okay, this seminar is actually wonderful, right? And definitely सबके mind में कुछ ना कुछ क्वेश्चन होगा. Kindly please speak up. So definitely, so ये सेशन को और हम इंटरेक्टिव कर पाएंगे. सो किसी के माइंड में कुछ और क्वेश्चन है तो प्लीज आस्क, राइट. एंड उसके साथ साथ में चैट में मैं आप लोग के साथ में एक लिंक शेयर कर रहा हूँ, राइट. जो लिंक आप लोग का सर्टिफिकेट का लिंक होने वाला है, जो कैंडिडेट्स जिन्होंने अटेंड किया है वर्कशॉप, उनको वर्कशॉप का जो सर्टिफिकेट है आप लोग को इसके लिए फॉर्म फिल करना रहेगा. तो ये फॉर्म फिल आप लोग फिल कर सकते हैं, राइट. एंड उसके साथ साथ में आप लोग की जो क्वेरीज होंगे वो आप लोग पूछ सकते हैं. जैसे कि एक ने यूजर ने मैसेज किया है कि where the center is located. Okay, so basically dear, my our location is Thane, Pashi, Borivali and Mohali. So these are our center location. And अगर आपको कुछ क्वेश्चन क्वेरी डाउट्स है, इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर मोर डिटेल्स, सो यू कैन कॉल ऑन ऑल्सो 8422 800 381, राइट. सो किसी को कुछ डाउट्स है, क्वेरीज है, प्लीज आप लोग पूछ सकते हो सर से. प्रश्न से मुझे एक क्वेश्चन है, राइट. जैसे एग्जांपल कि अभी जैसे कि हम 2026 में एंटर कर रहे हैं, राइट. एंड जैसे कि हमारे टॉपिक भी है कि सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग इन एआई, राइट.
एग्जैक्टली.
तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे कि हमने डिस्कस किया कि एआई पावरफुल हो रहा है आज के टाइम पे, राइट. तो क्या ऐसा पॉसिबल हो सकता है कि अगर एआई हमें रिप्लेस कर सके टेस्टिंग में, क्या ये पॉसिबल है?
No, that was exactly my main goal of this particular webinar. And मैंने बहुत सारे चीज़ों को investigate किया. I reached out to several people who are working in industry at a very good level, who are working with AI and all. Okay, see, it is basically the human mind. अगर आपको बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट्स गैदर करना है, अगर आपने AI को बोला भाई तू जाके गो अहेड एंड गैदर, बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट्स कैन नॉट बी गैदर्ड बाय AI. Business requirements के लिए we require a business analyst who is going to talk to the client and all. Same way, development के लिए भी we require a coder. We require a developer who will understand those requirements, and requirements will keep on changing again and again. Same way for a tester, definitely AI is not going to replace. And मेरे ख्याल से मैंने 2 slides इसमें dedicate किए थे. Total complete 2 slides were there dedicated that AI cannot replace tester. AI is like a servant to you or an assistant to you, but he is an intelligent. And why intelligent? Because it is using large language models and so many other things, from the AI terminologies. और बहुत सारा डेटा को वो loads and loads and loads of data को वो research करता है. और आप जो उसको क्वेश्चंस देते हो, स्पेसिफिक क्वेश्चंस देते हो, वो पैरामीटर्स को लेके ही वो पूरे जितना डेटा पड़ा हुआ है, ओके, लार्ज लैंग्वेज मॉडल्स में जो उन्होंने लर्न करके रखा है वो पर्टिकुलर एआई टूल ने, उसको लेके वो आपको जस्ट एक आउटपुट देता है. सो देयर इज नो चांस कि इट इज गोइंग टू रिप्लेस यू, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली जैसे कि मैंने वहाँ पे एग्जांपल्स की दिए कि आपको यूआई यूएक्स टेस्टिंग करना है, यूजर इंटरफेस यूजर एक्सपीरियंस टेस्टिंग करना है, या यूजेबिलिटी टेस्टिंग करना है. ओके, सो इसके लिए आपको ह्यूमन बीइंग ही चाहिए, दैट कैन नॉट बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय. अगर मैं मेरे एप्लीकेशन पे जाता हूँ और मैं आपको पूछता हूँ कि मैंने ये साइट बनाई है, आपको लुक एंड फील कैसा लग रहा है, कलर कॉम्बिनेशंस कैसे लग रहे हैं, सो द फीलिंग इज कमिंग फ्रॉम अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. सो आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क 100 पीपल और एक बीटा वर्जन कर दूंगा और बोलूंगा यूआई यूएक्स कैसा है, एंड बेस्ड अपॉन दैट बीटा वर्जन आई एम गोइंग टू टेक 100 और 1000 के इनपुट्स, उनके रिव्यूज, उनके स्टार रेटिंग्स. नाउ दिस कैन वी आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन टू चैट जीपीटी. चैट जीपीटी डेफिनेटली वोंट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. Getting me? Because ultimately it's a tool and we are human beings. So definitely AI cannot replace, or at least at this point of time which I can confidently say that developer, tester, ये तो jobs रहेंगे ही रहेंगे. It's not going to be, AI is not going to replace them.
Okay, सर मेरे पास एक और क्वेश्चन है, राइट. सो बेसिकली क्वेश्चन ये है कि 2026 में अगर फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे जो कैंडिडेट्स है, राइट, दे आर वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल, दे आर वर्किंग इन ए मैनुअल टेस्टिंग, राइट. सो 2026 will be automation.
I would put it rather in this way. Okay, this won't be year wise basically. अगर इफ यू आस्क मी अ क्वेश्चन कि मुझे ऑटोमेशन कहाँ कहाँ पे यूज करना चाहिए, जहाँ पे मैनुअल टेस्टिंग जरूरत है वहाँ पे मैनुअल टेस्टिंग करना है ही है 101%। देर आर सम एरियाज जैसे कि रिग्रेशन टेस्टिंग है आपकी, कंटिन्यूस आपको टेस्टिंग करना है। एक पर्टिकुलर एरिया में परफॉर्मेंस टेस्टिंग भी आपको करना है, वहाँ पे भी अगर मैं ऑटोमेट कर देता हूँ, ओके। स्मोक टेस्टिंग करना है जो मुझे बार बार एवरी बिल्ड आने के बाद करनी पड़ती है। लेकिन मैंने, आई बिलीव इन सो मेनी ईयर्स ऑफ माई इंडस्ट्री, ऑलमोस्ट 25-28 ईयर्स ऑफ माई इंडस्ट्री, नॉट अ सिंगल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेड कि हर मैनुअल टेस्टर को निकाल दो और सिर्फ ऑटोमेशन टेस्टर्स को रखो। ऑटोमेशन टेस्टर्स को उसके लिए रखो जहां पे आपको रिग्रेशन सूट्स बनाने हैं, उसके स्मोक टेस्टिंग के सूट्स बनाने हैं, परफॉर्मेंस टेस्टिंग के सूट्स बनाने हैं, ओके। या ऑन द कॉल आपको क्विकली कुछ ऑटोमेट करके चाहिए, ओनली देन ऑटोमेशन टेस्टिंग। बस यस, डेफिनेटली ऑटोमेशन के टूल्स बदलते रहेंगे, जैसे कि लाइक वी हैव सीन कि सेलेनियम जावा करंटली लॉन्ग टाइम से ये चल रहा है, करंटली प्ले राइट है, कैटलॉग स्टूडियो है, दीज आर ऑल्सो कैचिंग फायर राइट नाउ, ओके। सो पीपल आई वुड रिकमेंड दैट सिर्फ एक टूल से लेके मत बैठो। देखो आपको एक टूल का ज्ञान आ गया कि ऑटोमेशन किसको कहते हैं, कोडिंग कैसे करते हैं, गेटिंग मी, प्लीज जंप ऑन अदर टूल्स ऑल्सो, यू नो, बिकॉज फिर आपके पास 2-2 3-3 स्किल सेट्स रहेंगे। कल उठ के अगर मार्केट चेंज कर देता है, सडनली बोलता है कि नहीं चलो ये टूल को आप थोड़ा डाउनसाइज कर दो, हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या बड़े कंपनीज के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ये टूल यूज करना है, देन डेफिनेटली आपके पास 2-2 3-3 जब स्किल सेट्स रहते हैं, योर सर्वाइवल इनटू द इंडस्ट्री इज ब्यूटीफुल, नो वन कैन चैलेंज यू ओवर देयर।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सो मच सर। राइट, डेफिनेटली आपने क्वेश्चन जो रिजॉल्व किए मेरे, राइट। एंड आई एम जस्ट रिक्वेस्टिंग ऑल ऑफ यू फ्रेंड्स कि आपके माइंड में कोई क्वेश्चन होगा प्लीज सर से आप पूछिए, सो आपके डाउट्स क्लियर हो जाएंगे। ओके फ्रेंड्स, मेरे पास में एक और अपडेट है। बेसिकली इन नेक्स्ट वीक हम बेसिकली एक और वर्कशॉप कंडक्ट कर रहे हैं जो बेसिकली होने वाला है डॉटनेट के ऊपर, राइट। उसकी डिटेल्स मैंने आप लोग के साथ में यहाँ पे चैट में शेयर कर दिया है, आप लोग उसको चेक कर सकते हो। एंड जो इंटरेस्टेड होगा उस वर्कशॉप के लिए वहाँ पे वो रजिस्टर कर सकता है, राइट। एंड फ्रेंड्स, एक और चीज, जो भी कैंडिडेट्स ने ये सेमिनार पूरा अटेंड किया है उन सबको डेफिनेटली एक क्रिसमस गिफ्ट मिलेगा, राइट। क्रिसमस गिफ्ट ये है कि आप सबके साथ में जिन्होंने अटेंड किया हुआ है उन सबके साथ में प्रशांत सर का रिकॉर्डिंग सेशन जो है सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग का, वो आप लोग को एलोकेट किया जाएगा। सो वो आप लोग स्टडी कर सकते हो, आप लोग रिकॉर्डिंग सेशन जो रहेगा वो आप लोग देख सकते हो, जो आपको 48 आवर्स में आप लोग के आपके जो LMS एक्सेस में आप लोग को प्रोवाइड कर दिया जाएगा, राइट। एंड ये LMS में आपको बहुत सारी चीजें आपको प्रोवाइड की जाएंगी आपके लॉगिन जिससे आपने ज्वाइन किया अभी, राइट, उसमें जहाँ पे आप एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट का प्रिपरेशन कर सकते हो, और उसके साथ साथ में प्रशांत सर का और भी जो वीडियोस हैं, राइट, उसको आप लोग यहाँ पे देख सकते हो। और ये जो पूरा सेशन जो आज सर ने लिया है, राइट, ये पूरा सेशन आप लोग को आपके CRM पे, आपके इस LMS की पोर्टल में आप लोग को अवेलेबल हो जाएगा विद इन 2 आवर्स में। तो आप लोग इसको दोबारा रिपीट आप लोग फिर से देख सकते हो फ्रेंड्स। एंड जिन लोगों ने भी वर्कशॉप अटेंड किया है प्लीज सर्टिफिकेशन वाला फॉर्म जो है वो आप लोग फिल कर दीजिए। सो फिर आप लोग को सर्टिफिकेट जो रहेगा फॉर वर्कशॉप के लिए आप लोग को प्रोवाइड कर दिया जाएगा। एंड फ्रेंड, उसके साथ साथ में कॉस्टेक बेसिकली हर क्रिसमस को कुछ ना कुछ ऑफर लेकर आता है अपने कोर्सेज के लिए। सो बेसिकली फ्रेंड्स, ऑन दिस क्रिसमस बेसिकली हमने सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग के ऊपर एक बिगर डिस्काउंट रखा हुआ है टू आवर न्यू लर्नर्स। सो अगर आपके किसी फ्रेंड को अगर टेस्टिंग के कोर्स के बारे में इंटरेस्टेड है तो वो हमारे काउंसलर से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं, हमारे सेंटर्स को विजिट कर सकते हैं जहाँ पे हम उनको टेस्टिंग के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। एंड जो डिस्काउंट ऑफर है वो बहुत ही अच्छा डिस्काउंट ऑफर है जो आप लोग को प्रोवाइड कर दिया जाएगा। सो फ्रेंड्स, आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग यू कि अगर आपके फ्रेंड्स है जिनको सॉफ्टवेयर टेस्टिंग में इंटरेस्ट है आपके फ्रेंड्स को, तो वो आप लोग कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। या फिर अगर मैनुअल टेस्टर है जिसको ऑटोमेशन में स्विच करना है, तो फ्रेंड दिस इज द राइट टाइम टू स्विच, बिकॉज कि इन द कपल ऑफ मंथ आप सबको पता है कि अप्रेजल पीरियड आने वाला है, राइट। एंड अप्रेजल पीरियड के बाद में आप सबको स्विच करना रहेगा। स्विच करने के लिए आप सबके पास में स्किल्स होनी चाहिए। सो अगर आप लोग का ऑटोमेशन अपडेट नहीं है, सो प्लीज कम टू अस एंड अपडेट योर ऑटोमेशन, राइट, ताकि आप जब इंक्रीमेंट के साथ दूसरी कंपनी में जाओ तो वहां पे आपको अच्छे पैकेज के साथ में सपोर्ट मिले। And friend, those who have a experience in manual testing and want to change their profile, right? So basically they also connect to us for a placement also. We also have a opening for a experienced candidates also. So वहाँ पे भी आप लोग अप्लाई कर सकते हो फ्रेंड्स. एंड थैंक यू सो मच, आप सबने अपना वैल्यूबल टाइम दिया फॉर दिस वर्कशॉप के लिए, एंड आप सबने ये वर्कशॉप को अटेंड किया. दैट्स इट फ्रॉम माय साइड. एंड आई एम लास्टली बट नॉट लीस्ट, अगर किसी के माइंड में कुछ क्वेश्चन क्वेरी डाउट्स है तो आप लोग पूछ सकते हो सर के साथ में. सर अभी भी आप लोग के साथ कनेक्टेड हैं. नो वन.
Fine, chalo. Thanks everyone for holding on to this particular webinar, and thanking you all for attending it. Okay, see, I'll just tell you only one thing. Before leaving, things will keep on evolving. एक चीज same नहीं रहती है. That is what I have learned in all these years. So all of you need to keep on upgrading, guys. Okay, नए you need to find new avenues. कहाँ पे आपको skills upgrade करना है. Just make it a fun learning. Okay, you don't have to take tensions and all those things. कैसा industry में क्या चलेगा क्या नहीं चलेगा. Leave that to the industry. But just keep an eye on the industry. What are the things that they are looking out for? And based upon that, please keep on upgrading your skills on a day-to-day level. Okay, I took some of my time just 2-3 days back, and I thought of putting something in a form of a slide, which from a beginner level to an intermediate level could be of use to you. I really hope and pray that it has maybe in a little bit help you in understanding some of the concepts like AI कैसे होता है, और जो हमारे नोशंस होते हैं, रॉन्ग नोशंस के दिमाग में होते हैं. देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ फियर मॉन्गरिंग जो इंडस्ट्री में चलाया जाता है कि नहीं सबके जॉब्स जाने वाले हैं वगैरह वगैरह. ओके, जस्ट फॉरगेट अबाउट ऑल दोस थिंग्स. यू कीप ऑन अपग्रेडिंग योर स्किल्स. जो मेन प्राइमरी स्किल्स वो आपके टेस्टिंग हो या डेवलपमेंट है वो तो रहेंगे ही, बिकॉज दैट इज वॉट यू आर. Okay, and based upon that, how to make the best use of that AI tool. इसी का मैंने एक मेन जो डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिया है आपको, जो 5 कोर प्रिंसिपल्स दिए हैं. प्लीज ट्राई टू वर्क ऑन दोस 5 कोर प्रिंसिपल्स. उसका जितना अच्छा प्रैक्टिस करोगे, यू योरसेल्फ विल बी द सीइंग द रिजल्ट्स ऑफ. उसके बाद जब आप प्रॉम्प्ट डालोगे तो उसका आउटपुट कैसे आपको मिलते रहेगा, एंड दैट विल कीप यू सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल क्राउड जो जस्ट प्रॉम्प्ट डालते हैं और कॉपी पेस्ट करके बस वहाँ पे पेस्ट कर देते हैं, एंड इट रियली डजंट वर्क आउट दैट वे. ओके, वर्क ऑन अ वेरी प्रोफेशनल लेवल ओवर हियर. चलो, थैंक्स टू ऑल ऑफ यू, एंड ऑल द बेस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू. ओके, थैंक्स very much for joining, and thank you Amit sir for hosting this particular webinar.